Hello, I'm Mukala Kabongo, and on this edition of the LCTV News, vaccine lottery, pride flag raising ceremony, Lynn Water Sewer signs new contract, and more. On the Lynn Lowdown, we spoke with Carla Sherry and Carolyn Cole about the Lynnstallation. Here is this week's LCTV News for Friday, June 18th, 2021.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Columbia Insurance Agency, serving the Lynn community for over 60 years with home, auto, and business insurance.
Earlier this week, Governor Baker and his administration announced a Massachusetts VAXMILLIONS giveaway for residents who are fully vaccinated. Those who are fully vaccinated, residents who are 18 and older, have the opportunity to win $5 $1 million cash prizes. Also, fully vaccinated residents who are between the ages of 12 and 17 years of age have the opportunity to win one of five $300,000 in scholarship grants. Eligible residents will be able to enter the drawing beginning on July 1st. The drawings will be held once a week beginning on July 26th until August 27th. To find out more about the VAXMILLIONS, visit mass.gov. During this week's Lynn Water Sewer Commission, the Commission is planning to sign a new contract with Water and Waste Management Group Suez. The contract will give Suez the access for the operations and maintenance of its wastewater treatment facility. Previously, the Water and Sewer Commission had a 20-year contract with water, waste, and energy company Veolia. Suez met the criteria the Commission was seeking for in their search for new firms for this contract. In their request for proposals, Lynn Water Sewer Commission was looking for firms capable of designing and constructing certain capital improvements and providing full-service operation, maintenance, and management services for the treatment plant. Suez will have to offer employment to all plant employees according to the procurement elements in the request for proposal. Visit lyntv.org to watch the full Water and Sewer Commission meeting. A man has been charged for the murder of his 80-year-old mother last Friday. 49-year-old Alfredo Parator has been accused of the killing of Catherine Parator at her Janess Street home and was arraigned on murder charges Monday at Lynn District Court. Approximately after 8 p.m. last Friday, Lynn PD and Lynn Fire Department found Catherine Parator suffering from multiple injuries. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Lynn PD would later arrest Alfredo for the murder of his mother. A suspect has been charged for the fatal Memorial Day shooting. Nick Volmar of Everett was arraigned in Lynn District Court Monday and was charged for the death of Brian Poitras. Lynn police responded to reports of the shooting on South Common Street on May 31st, where they found Poitras suffering from a gunshot wound in his torso. Poitras was brought to Mass General Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Prosecutors say Volmar showed up to Poitras' apartment looking to purchase marijuana. Witnesses say that an argument ensued between Poitras and Volmar. Volmar then pulled out a handgun and shot Poitras before fleeing the scene. Lynn PD were able to identify Volmar thanks to surveillance footage. Volmar's next court appearance will be on Wednesday. Today is Juneteenth, the celebration of the emancipation of African Americans who were enslaved in the U.S. On Tuesday, the North Shore Juneteenth Association held their annual flag-raising ceremony outside of City Hall, and LCTV was on the scene.
All right, so welcome everyone. We are raising the Juneteenth flag today.
Okay, now I'm happy to announce our speaker, Reverend Andre Bennett is here with us to give us some words of encouragement and to help us to be on fire for the Juneteenth holiday. Let's keep it going.
Black Lives Matter. 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 They were taken, they were ripped from their lands, and they were brought here. And on that trek to what is called the New World, many died and were tossed overboard. Many died of all kinds of things, diseases and hunger. But the strongest of the strong made it to the shores of the New World.
Facing the rising sun of a new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won.
Last Friday, the Lynn Museum honored the Classical Five, the only undefeated basketball team in school history. Here's more from the ceremony. It was a night of celebration for Lynn Classical basketball as they honored their 1980 state championship team at the Lynn Museum.
It's a great idea for the museum to put a great team into the Hall of Fame, Museum Hall of Fame. It's something more of this should be done for the city of Lynn.
The 1979-1980 basketball team would be the first basketball team in school history to have an undefeated season.
I've been doing this a very long time. I coached CYO basketball before I did the TV work. I was covering games for newspapers before that, so I've been around a long time. This is the best basketball team I have ever seen.
The team boasts 4 players who hit the 1,000-point plateau, and if not for a loss the previous year, they could have had 2 perfect seasons.
For me, it was the year before we went undefeated up until our last game. We lost to Wayland, Tim O'Shea and his brother. We lost by 1 point. So all summer long, it was either go undefeated or we wouldn't be happy.
This event is hopefully a kickoff in highlighting the city's rich sports tradition.
So there's a lot of history that people don't know about in Lynn. It would be nice if we could do this on a more regular basis and maybe have a room or something here for Lynn sports, but because Lynn is a great sports town.
The future should know about this team because, I mean, how many more teams have lost 1 game in 2 years? Should have been 2 state championships and won a state championship in football the same year we won the state championship in basketball. So it was a special group of guys, special team, and people should recognize it.
With LCTV, I'm Mukala Kabongo. Earlier this week, the new owners of the Gorelick Farms building gave out donations to various organizations in the city with the help of Ward 6 Councilor Fred Hogan. LCTV was in attendance at Lysoa headquarters where the donations were given out. Here's more.
Gorelick Farms was sold. It was a big process getting the things sold and getting the paperwork passed. And from the beginning, Bob was reaching out to me, just trying to make things move in a positive direction just because I work right next to Gorelick Farms. And it was a process to getting them to purchase this here. And we talked a lot. And he knows how invested in the community I am. And then he needed a couple things to to make a little money before they come up with a plan to do Gorelick Farms. And he reached out and said, you know, I can do whatever you want for the community. I said, I'm all about community benefits and taking care of organizations and people in this city that are working hard to make this city better. And he was great right from the beginning. And he knows I got a longer list of everyone's not here that's going to be receiving some of these checks, but I just want to introduce a couple people to Bob that are here. We got Anthony Coleman, he's from Diverse People United. They do a lot of stuff in the city. What's some of the things you guys have been doing so far?
We have brought more awareness around Asian hate. We have participated in demonstrations in regards to verbal and almost physical assaults against 3 mothers and their children out here in Swampscott not too long ago. This person used to be an executive for Santander Bank, hence used to be. We were involved in that.
To watch the full event, visit lyntv.org. 2 new officers were sworn into the Lynn Police Department and the sergeant was promoted to captain on Wednesday. LCTV was in attendance at City Hall for the swearing-in ceremony.
You'll please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Benjamin,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all duties
discharge and perform all duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a police officer for the city of Lynn,
as a police officer for the city of Lynn,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding. I agree to the rules and regulations
I agree to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution,
of the Constitution,
the laws of this Commonwealth,
the laws of this Commonwealth,
the city charter,
the city charter,
and all ordinances for the city of Lynn.
and all ordinances for the city of Lynn.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, Benjamin,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold,
that I will uphold,
affirm, and defend
affirm, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, David Brown,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all duties
discharge and perform all duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a captain for the Lynn Police Department,
as a captain for the Lynn Police Department,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding.
and understanding.
I agree to the rules and regulations
I agree to the rules and
of
regulations
the Constitution,
of the Constitution,
the laws of this Commonwealth,
the laws of this
the
Commonwealth,
city charter,
the city charter,
and all ordinances for the city of Lynn.
and all ordinances for the city of Lynn.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name.
I, David Brown,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold,
that I will uphold,
affirm, and defend
affirm, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
To watch the full swearing-in ceremony, visit lyntv.org. Boxer Dennis Ventura is set to have his second professional fight next weekend in New Hampshire. Ventura sat down with LCTV to talk about his upcoming fight and his professional debut in May.
I had my pro debut May 29th down in Dominican Republic in Mao, a city in Dominican Republic called Mao. It was at Agua Azul Hotel. You know, great venue. It was a great experience. You know, learned a lot from it. It was a tough fight, but we got the 3rd round KO. You know, thanks to God. My mother actually was the one that founded the boxing gym for me because, you know, I was getting into situations outside of school and stuff like that when I was a teen. You know, we lived in a troubled area, we grew up together, so you know. And so yeah, my mom, she was just like, I need to do something for this kid to, you know, stay out of trouble. Got me into the gym. I was on and off with it. I was never consistent with it. You know, I'll be perfectly honest.
Working with him and his other coaches like Hector Bermudez, that he would come from another gym, and just letting him train here to, to get his development to the next level. Him trusting me with that, it's a pleasure.
When I came back to it at 23, what the reason was I actually focused on my health. When I focused on my health, I started losing the weight and I started feeling so much better. I was like, I gotta go at this one more time. It was great because it pushed me in the direction of Hector Bermudez, who I owe a lot to because, again, it was mid-pandemic, hit this man up and he reached back and it was, the rest is history. Can't wait to see where we go.
Working with him is wonderful. He listens, he's coachable. The most important thing that he's coachable and his development will make him where he wants to be and become.
I don't remember his actual name, but I do know that he seems to be a good opponent from what I've heard. I've asked around, and he seems to be solid, and we'll see how he holds up. So the motto that I'm actually going with is beast mode to God mode. You know what I mean? I came into this a beast. I already knew I was a beast. You know what I mean? But now I feel like we elevate into to God mode, as I call it.
Early this morning, the Lynn Family Resource Center held a summer safety event on Johnson Street, and LCTV was in attendance.
Good morning, my name is Marissa Speranza. I'm the Program Director of the Lynn Family Resource Center. The FRC offers a variety of services from evidence-based parenting programs, basic needs case management, and support with benefit applications. We also have many community events, which we are excited to have back in person. Today is our summer safety event. Please stop on by to 103 Johnson Street. We have sunscreen, fans, coloring books, plants, bug spray, sunglasses, everything you can need to start your summer off right. Again, we are located at 103 Johnson Street in Lynn, Mass. And our phone number is 339-883-2401.
Now for the sports update. The St. Mary's softball team captured the Catholic Conference League Championship after defeating Arlington Catholic 14-2 Wednesday. The Spartans had a total of 17 hits and got another outstanding performance from pitcher Lily Newhall. Newhall struck out 5 batters in 6 innings on the mound. The Lady Spartans had a big second inning as they scored 6 runs in that inning. St. Mary's finished their season with a 19-2 record and are the number 2 seed in the state tournament and will face the winner of Linfield and Winthrop on Wednesday. The St. Mary's baseball team fell to Austin Prep in the Catholic Conference League Championship game 10-0. Pitcher Eric Bridges went 3 1/3 inning, allowing 4 runs on 6 hits. The bats were not connecting as they fell 7-0 in the 5th inning. St. Mary's finished the season with a 15-6 record and will now prepare for the state tournament. Congratulations to the Lynn English baseball coach Esteban Pablo on being named the Greater Boston League Coach of the Year. The Bulldogs finished the season with a 7-2 record and were the Greater Boston League champions. Bulldogs pitcher Angel Gonzalez was named the Greater Boston League Most Valuable Player. Gonzalez went 3-0 as a starter, striking out 15 batters with a 1.31 ERA. English's Yordi Contreras and Claudius Brandes were named to the GBL All-Stars team. Lynn Classical's Nathaniel Almendarez and Nico Galizzi were also named to the All-Conference teams. Classical's Aaron Connor and Tyler Wilson, along with Brendan Falasca, were all named GBL All-Stars. Congratulations to all the players on their accomplishments. The North Shore Navigators moved to 5-3-2 on the season after their 7-4 victory over Sanford on Wednesday. Joe Lumosio grand slam in the 3rd inning that gave the Navs a 4-0 lead. The Navs pitching would do the job after the Navigators took the lead in the 6th. Ryan Stonehauer, Caleb Hollis, and Zach Chappell closed out the Mainers in the last 3 innings to secure the victory. And now for the pros. The Boston Red Sox swept their 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves Wednesday after their 10-8 victory in Atlanta. The Sox got out to a quick 2-0 lead in the first after Hunter Renfroe's single that brought in J.D. Martinez and Alex Verdugo. The Sox in the 5th inning would make it a 5-3 game when Xander Bogaerts doubled to left field to bring in J.D. Martinez. Rafael Devers' single would bring in Bogaerts to make it 6-3 Sox. Atlanta's Dansby Swanson hit a home run that would tie things up at 6 apiece. The Braves would take a 7-6 lead in 6 off of a Freddie Freeman home run. Christian Arroyo's grand slam in the top of the 7th would give the Sox the lead for good. The Sox are back in action tonight as they take on the Royals in Kansas City. First pitch is set for 8:10 p.m. The Boston Celtics have traded Kemba Walker to the Oklahoma City Thunder for veteran Al Horford and young star Moses Brown and a 2023 second-round pick. The Thunder will also receive the 16th pick in this year's NBA draft and a second-round pick in 2025. On this week's Lynn Lowdown, we spoke with Carla Sherry and Carolyn Cole. Here's this week's Lowdown. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown, our first Lynn Lowdown interview with guests in the studio. This is big. This is big. This is big. We're here to talk about the Lynnstallation project, and here we have Carla and Carolyn here with us. How are you?
Hello. We're honored, the first in-studio guests.
I know.
Thank
You guys
you.
are the second, but the first for this for this particular program.
We'll take it.
You guys got a lot. You ladies have a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yes.
Cranking up times. There's some. Let's talk about this Lynnstallation project. It was a big project. Oh, a lot of people submitted work.
Yes.
How many? I think you said like.
We had 46 national, regional, and local artists submit a concept on callforartists.org. Mm-hmm. Yes, and so we were pleasantly surprised by that for artists all over the country.
Yeah, and how 46 is a big number. Just how difficult was it just to get down to the finalists?
It was a multifaceted process. It involved a lot of people and a lot of time and a lot of vetting. But what it always came back to was strict eligibility criteria of serious community engagement. So if they did not have that in their proposal, it would not move forward with this city.
Yeah, what were some of the criteria that you were looking for in choosing which artists could get down to the nitty-gritty?
Yeah, so in the very beginning, so first of all, we've been on this project for 2.5 years now. Mm-hmm. There's been lots of fits and starts, and then of course the pandemic happened. Mm-hmm. And as we like to say, can't stop, won't stop the art. So we've just kept going through the whole thing. And in the very, very beginning, we had different community members come up with the values for the project. And we sat down and we asked them all what they would like to see, what was important to them, how they thought of Lynn. And so some of the values were a vivid, colorful piece, multi-generational, of course, community engagement, justice, education. So engagement in terms of the public being able to get involved with the building of the piece. And so that's how we started. And so when we put it out there and we got, all these great submissions, we then had another group of community people look at all the submissions, and we just went through them and tried to figure out how this would relate to Lynn residents and if it matched what we were going for.
Yeah, the good thing, the great thing about this is a big emphasis on community engagement and community input in this. Why did you feel that was important?
I think that's always important. If you're invested in the process, you'll be invested in the product. With rapidly developing cities, it can feel like some things are happening to you. And when you're sort of in the middle of that, at the heart of the community, you feel it in everything you do. And, you know, somebody's got to start to inflict that change. And so we left it up to the community to do that. We were, you know, we've been project managers on this whole thing, and we really spearheaded the process, but it was really just in support of the community moving it forward.
Right. And, you know, at the end of the day, our goal from the beginning is we don't want this to just appear overnight. Like, oh, ta-da, here's your piece. You know, we want everyone in the city and the residents downtown and everybody really to have a hand in it, to know that it's happening, to participate in building it, and get down there for the installation and help make it happen. And then we're going to throw a party, and everyone's hopefully going to come and celebrate.
Everybody loves a party.
That's right.
To attest to how sort of challenging that can be and uncommon in a lot of other areas, especially across the state, ours has now been deemed the new regional model by the Office of Inspector General for municipal artist collaboration, a completely community-driven process. So sort of a testament that it can be done.
Yes, it can be done. And it should be done. And
definitely.
hopefully our 2.5 years has paved the way for everybody else to kind of follow this method. Not to mention also the artists were compensated, the finalists were compensated for developing their concepts specific to this site, which is also something that should be happening as well.
Definitely. Now talk to me about the finalists. We've got 5 finalists.
We do.
There's going to be, so they're all going to have their chance to talk to the community and see and pretty much smooth them over on why they should be chosen. So can you give everybody a little glimpse of the artists that you guys selected for the finalists?
Yes.
You want to start?
Sure, I'll start. So first of all, next Thursday, June 24th at 5 p.m., we're having a Meet the Artists session on Zoom, where the artists will give a 5-minute presentation on their concepts. And then we will have a Q&A so the public can ask the artist questions. We will record that session and then put it out there again so people can watch it. And so of our 5 artists, we have an artist from Lynn, we have 2 artists from Brooklyn, an artist from Virginia, and an artist from Kansas City, actually.
They're all over the place.
Yes, all over the place, yes. And I do believe it's 3 men and 2 women. Is that right? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Diverse.
So, yeah, trying. So.
And I have to say, you know, at first glance with these pictures, they're beautiful and they're vibrant and there's so many things that we've asked for. I really think it's important for the community to tune in on the 24th because there's so much more to these pieces than what meets the eye and the picture. You know, they're so they were in tuned in their research over all this time about the history of the city, the diversity of the community. So you won't see in these images on the surface here that there are messages etched in that the community is going to contribute in all different languages with all different you know, meanings and themes. Same thing, you know, with the photos. There's so many more elements to these that you don't catch that you will learn on the 24th.
Absolutely. There's a lot of nuance here that a photo just won't do it justice. So that's why we're looking forward to getting everybody on the call on the 24th to learn more about the artist's intention. And the artists also have all submitted a detailed engagement plan, and some of them have already reached out to local orgs to hatch their plan to see how they can make it happen.
Okay, and there's like numerous rounds of vetting that's gonna follow after next week's Zoom meeting. With, you know, can you talk about that?
Sure. So right now, all of the proposals, the concepts are listed at lynnandcommon.com, where you can go in and you can comment right now. You can see some more photos. You can read their engagement plans. Then on the 24th, we open it up for the public input period, where people can go to lynnandcommon.com and select their preferred concept. So that's open until July 15th. And then after that period closes, we then bring the selections to the Public Art Commission. And they will review the preferred concepts and make their recommendation based on the public input, you know, which piece has emerged, so to speak, as the preferred concept from the public. And then they will recommend that piece to Mayor McGee And then Mayor McGee will
hopefully endorse it.
And
we know he will.
The final, and they will choose what is the date that the winner will be chosen?
About mid-August, we think. We've learned to have very flexible deadlines in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So mid-August, we're saying.
All right, and then there was something else that you guys also wanted to talk about. First, you got to show them the mask that you show them the mask first.
Couture Planet, support your small businesses, your entrepreneurs. They're working so hard, your creative community, economic workforce. And so these awesome fluff masks, I got a few for my family members. You can purchase them at the Lynn Museum.
Keep them on hand, you never know.
Wear your masks.
I'm getting royalties for this plug.
No, she's not. back to the art. There was some other dates that you guys had. Well, there was some other information we just talked off camera about it that you wanted to plug in. It completely just completely just went away
further
from
in
my
the
mind.
process,
well, I guess the key dates are June 24th next week,
Yeah.
and then June 24th to July 15th is the public input period.
Yep.
Then mid-August is the artist. We'll let the artist know who's been selected. The installation period happens from that point, mid-August, until mid-October, depending on what piece it is. So we would like to have the party before things get too cold in the fall.
And it'll go up in the heart of our downtown.
Right on Mount Vernon Street.
Circle. That's had so many extraordinary community contributions over the years, and we just sort of want to put something there that's sustainable and really long-term and really significant of all that happens around there, just to accompany and complement all the things, all the hard work that the communities do down there.
Yeah, and the downtown is changing too, so there's a lot of things happening down there that things, sites and stuff that you can see. So it'll be good to have another work of art for people to come and I'm sure the kids will love it just to walk by and see it. So my favorite is the shoelace.
Oh, okay.
Shoelace, that's my favorite.
Go to lynnandcommon.com.
That's right.
And
make your comment.
They can,
put your input in.
They can register to watch the meeting as well.
Yes.
On
Lynn and Common is the go-to.
Okay.
There's the link to register for the Zoom meeting, and then, like I said, all the concepts, and you can comment. And then starting on the 24th, you'll be able to select which one you like.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a great thing. So everybody should check that out. Make sure you visit lynnandcommon.com. Check it out. Register for the meeting next Thursday, I should say, June 24th. And we need your input. They need the public's input on these pieces. So we need to get this done. So, ladies, this was great.
Yay.
Thank you.
For our first Lynn Lowdown in studio interview.
Same time next week.
Hopefully we'll have like a spread next time.
There you go.
Everybody's hungry. But it was a pleasure to talk with you. This is some great stuff. I'm looking forward to see what happens with this.
Yeah, so are we.
Thank you. And it looks beautiful in here. If anyone has a chance to come down to LCTV and support, what a phenomenal job you all do.
Thank you.
So happy to be here.
Yeah,
we're all moving forward.
Last time you were here?
What, a year ago?
Yeah, right.
Before the world shut down?
Right.
All right, on that note, you guys have been watching the Lynn Loader. Make sure June 24th, the public meeting, visit the website, register so you can have your input on this project. And, it's going to be a great thing. You guys have been watching the Lynn Lowdown. Have a great day. Now time for local events from the community calendar. Tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m., the FLAX Pond Association will be hosting its pond cleanup. Also during the cleanup, the association will be looking for new members to join the organization. The Juneteenth Festival will be taking place tomorrow from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. at the Lynn Museum. This year's festival will have live music, crafts, vendors, and food. The festival is free and open to the public. Beginning on Sunday, the Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition will be hosting their virtual Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition Against the Tide fundraiser. Participants of the event can choose from 11 events to participate in. Events include a 1 mile swim, a 5K run, a 10K run, half marathon, and more. This virtual event will go on until June 26. This Tuesday, the Lynn Pride flag raising event will take place outside of City Hall from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. Following the flag raising ceremony, the lighting of rainbow lights in several of downtown Lynn's underpass will take place, as well as a free vaccine clinic in front of City Hall. On Wednesday, the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce will be hosting the Greater Lynn State of the Region breakfast from 8 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. at Tedesco Country Club in Marblehead. Mayor McGee, as well as Jim Cowdell, Executive Director of EDIC Lynn, are scheduled to speak, along with Nahant Town Administrator Tony Barletta and Swampscott Town Administrator Sean Fitzgerald. Next Friday, the Teen Drop-In Center, sponsored by Lynn Parks and Recreation, Lynn Police Department, and Mayor McGee, will be back at Marshall Middle School from 5:30 till 9:30 p.m. Food, music, and fun activities will be provided to those in attendance. The Drop-In Center will go on until August 27th. Also next Friday, the Art in the Park event will be happening at the Lynn Museum courtyard from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. The event will feature live performances and a muralist, as well as food. This is a free event to the public. Reminder that the weekly free COVID-19 testing hosted by Mass General Brigham, the Kraft Center for Community Health, and North Shore Medical Center will be taking place on Monday from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. at Lynn Marketplace on 43 State Street. The clinic is set to end this month. The Salvation Army's weekly pantry will be happening at their Franklin Street location beginning on Tuesday from 12 p.m. until 3 p.m. Visit the Salvation Army website at salvationarmy.org for more information. To find out more about community events, visit the LCTV website and click on the community calendar. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. Make sure to subscribe to the LCTV Facebook page as well as the LCTV YouTube channel. Also visit lyntv.org to watch any show at any time on your computer, phone, or tablet. I'm Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day and happy Father's Day.